Bear with me for a second. I'm trying to get this locked in. I don't know if I can. I got my case on my phone. Trying to get it locked in. I hope it don't fall. Woo! Hold on here. I should have took the case off my phone. Hold on. I got to get the other or old phone going so I can see the chat. Better see who gets in here first. Woo! Bird's the word. Been a real long day. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Try to set a few things up. Ooh, I got one like already. Looks like two likes. Okay, let me set this up. Red Bull Princess, how you doing? Woo! Scrap Metal Racing. Is that Scrap Metal Racing? Yeah, hold on. I can't see through these cracks in this phone. Hold on a second here. Let me come over to my other phone. Yeah, brother. You sent the clutch. All right. Thank you so much. I didn't see that go up because I wasn't looking at the main phone. I'm trying to get things going. Good to see you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wrong phone. I got so much going on today. Oh man, let me just set these goals up just for the fun of it before anything else happens here. I don't think I'm going to go any more than a half hour, so I'll just set that there like that just in case. Plywood, woo! Good to see you, Plywood. Members in the house, woo! We got a couple of them. Awesome, awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, it's been a long, crazy day. Oh, let me scroll back here. Oops, I just about knocked my phone over here. Let me just make sure. Jeff Rubin, whoo, good to see you. Dandy Dave, OMG, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, we had some cold temperatures last night and into today and this afternoon. Thank you again, Scrap Metal Racing. Why can't I see those little things float up? Usually I can see them float up. I can't today. Hmm. Good evening. Good evening to each and every one of you. Hi, Best Strong Like Grizzly. Woo! Good to see you. It's becoming a habit, isn't it? Scrap metal. Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's kind of ironic you were doing that short there, talking about that steak, and just before that, I was buying a steak. I was contemplating on either having it tonight or tomorrow. I woke up around 6. Oh man, I woke up around 6:38. Yeah, it was 6:38 this morning, and I think it was still like -9 degrees outside. It got colder than that last night. And Rakamas, woo, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, it was cold, -9 degrees. It's about 12, -12 right now. And I got up and it was a little cooler in the house because we have our temperature set for 75 degrees. And it seemed a little cool. So I'm going to go turn the temperature up. I thought maybe Mrs. T-Bird had turned it down a little bit. And thank you, Scrap Metal, for welcoming everybody. Awesome. But I thought she might have turned the temperature down, and I went to go turn it up a little bit. And I wasn't even planning on making coffee because I was going to go back to bed after turning the temperature up a little bit, and nothing happened. So I turned it up all the way. Nothing happened. I'm like, what? No way. Why is it every time when the weather goes bad or haywire, you get really cold temperatures or something goes on, that everything just falls apart? And that was just the beginning. I was thinking, oh man, don't I got two 275-gallon fuel tanks that are spliced together out inside the garage. And I do Rasbabo, woo! Nice day for a snow quench. Yeah. Oh man, it's a real nice day for that. But let me tell you, it's -12 degrees, -6 in Amarillo. Oh man, yeah, you said it was cold. Man, yeah, you're gonna be doing a scrap metals snow angel. Yeah, you got a little snow out there. You guys got there's about much snow out there. We got a little bit more than that. What you have, I saw the pictures or the video rather. But needless to say, I went out into my garage to check the fuel to make sure that I had fuel. I thought maybe I ran out of fuel. I said, no, can't be. I had that filled both tanks filled about 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah, you do need a T-Bird Snow Angel poker chip. Well, I'm going to be working on that, brother. I'm still working on what we talked about too. I, it's been a real bad week, and today was no different. Like I said, I woke up around 6:38. No, the furnace wasn't working. Turned it up. Went to go see if I had fuel. I had fuel. I came back inside and I had to rebleed the furnace. LBS, good to see you. How you doing? Good to see you, brother. But I turned the furnace on again, and I bled the furnace, and I was getting fuel, got a little air, and I said, "Oh man, I hope I'm not gelling. The fuel's not gelling up." You know what I'm talking about, scrap metal, because it was just number two diesel fuel is what I put in there, fuel oil. But I don't get it from the pumps. I get it from a guy out of Vermont, a little bit cheaper rates over there because I'm only maybe 10, 15 miles from Vermont, about 15 miles from where the guy lives, just across the Vermont border. And I had fuel. I had about 100 gallons in each tank because I got them to spliced together and they come together. So I had about 200 gallons. Came back inside, led the lines, got a little bit of air. It started to spit and sputter. And hey, you doing, Silver? I can't pronounce that. I'm not good at pronouncing things. Rockamas knows that. I'll just call you NRG, Silver NRG, NAR. Let me see if I can't pronounce that. Naraga. I know this place. I bet you do. Um, but when I came back in, purged the line of air, it spittered, sputtered, and it didn't go. It didn't come on. Man, really? So I started. I've always done my own repairs of my furnace and all my stuff, and I started to look at things to see what could be wrong. Uh, I opened up there's a little peep window where when you hit the reset button to start it, you can see the flames in there or whatnot, and I couldn't see anything. So I got electrodes that are in there. There's they call an armature gun with the electrodes. We got a transformer and everything on top of the motor. You got to take that off and undo some lines and a nut and some bolt and you take it out. So I had to take that out. And I looked at my electrodes that were in there that make the arc that unites the mist of fuel that comes out of this nozzle. It's a real fine nozzle, so number two nozzle. Uh, and I looked at that, and it looked pretty dirty, pretty cruddy. And the tips, the metal tips where they make the arc, are usually only like maybe about 3/16 of an inch, roughly, approximately, uh, apart from each other, and they're pointed down above the nozzle, and they're about a 16th of an inch just in front of the nozzle, but about 5/8 of an inch above the top where the spray comes out and where the arc goes when the furnace comes on. And yeah, they were burnt a little bit. Uh, they usually come to a sharp point, and they didn't. They were more rounded. So what I end up having to do is take the electrodes off, and I looked around. I cleaned them up. I got my drill, and I had a wire brush on it, and I cleaned them up real good. And I cleaned the tip of the gun up, the nozzle, and all that. I put it back together, put it back in, same thing. Couldn't do nothing. I opened up the window and I hit the reset button again. And usually, even before the fuel starts, when it ignites, you can usually see a light blue flame in there. The thickness of a nickel is what? Yeah, thickness of a nickel. That's pretty close. That's pretty close, plywood. You seem like you've messed around with furnaces before. You know what I'm talking about. You got that right. uh, but hey, OC, little OC, good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping in. Uh, but I had it all apart and messed around with it, tinkered around with it, got it back together. Same thing, nothing. And then I said, "Oh man, I got something's wrong with that electrode, one of them or another. I'm not getting spark." And I just got something new that popped up I've never seen on my phone. I'm like, that's strange. But I figured I wasn't getting the spark from one electrode to the other electrode, and I didn't want to keep doing the reset on my furnace because if you keep hitting the reset and you're not getting any fire, you flood the furnace chamber. Once you flood this furnace chamber, when you get it going, it'll start bellowing smoke and all that, and it'll rumble and it'll sound like it's going to explode. So I didn't want to keep doing it. I had to try to figure out what it was. So I got out some tools and did some testing to make sure the wires were connected and everything was working fine and everything. I opened up my bleeder valve and I bled it again. Yeah, I got fuel. So at that point in time, I knew it wasn't the fuel. I kind of thought it might be the electrodes and the transformer part about on top of it. Some people call it a transformer. That's what I call it. It's called something else. I can tell you here in a second. Hold on. Let me go get it. I'll show you the box. I just replaced it 2 years ago. What do they call that? All right, hold on, guys, because I'm gonna turn the light on in here. I don't got no lights on, just my fireplace. There's gonna be some bright light here for a little bit. I don't. Yeah, I got the other bright light on. I don't want that one on. That hurts my eyes. I am so beat, so tired. It's what do they call that? Electrodes. Let me set this other phone down. Oh, I thought it was on it. I guess you call it a igniter. Yeah, it's a igniter, but it's basically a little transformer. It's a transformer that goes on top of it. And I ended up having to go out and get some electrodes. I didn't have any on me. So I went out. I was going to go to the local city and I was going to go get some more electrodes. Nuclear blast. Good one. Woo! Gee, Wally, what's going on? You're going to get one. We're supposed to get some snow tonight. We're supposed to get hammered. It's supposed to, it's 12 degrees below zero right now. I don't know if it's going to snow or how cold it is, but we're supposed to get some snow and it's supposed to get real cold. It's been real cold the last couple of days. But I went out to go get in my car to go into town, 30 miles, and I was going to go to the place where I usually get my furnace parts and whatnot, and I went to go start my car. Uh, 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 uh. I'm like, no, no. Oh, this happened to me the last time we got below zero temperatures, which was probably about 3 weeks ago. And I had one of those batteries starters, chargers, those ones you plug in, the portable ones we can plug in and it tests your alternator and all that stuff, test your battery, and you can boost it. You just turn it on, and you have your positive on your positive, your negative on your negative. I'd had one of those, but I hadn't used it in a while, and it fell from the table onto the floor, and it's funky and it's not working right. So 3 weeks ago, I got a boost, and I went into town and I bought another one, a brand new one, and I brought it home, plugged it in. Of course, they're already pre-charged. Had it plugged in, and I let it charge for about 2 3 hours. It was pretty close to being fully charged, not completely. So I unplugged it and put it off over in a corner somewhere. And I came into the house. I said, no biggie. It's really cold. Well, it is a 2016 Impala, and it's the original battery in the car. I haven't had any problems with it except for the two times, which today is the second time when I got below zero, that it did that to me. I went to go hitch up the portable battery booster pack that I have, and I hitched it up, going over to my car, no worries, went to go start it. I'm like, what? So I went and checked some things out, looked at the battery charger, looked at the diagnostic on it and everything. I'm like, look at this. I go, what the? I don't want to say that word because I don't like to swear in my channel. I'm not an angel. Trust me, guys. I'm not an angel. But I just don't like using profanity. But I said it. What the blanky blank? What? So I had to go plug it in. In the meantime, Mrs. T-Bird knew what was going on. And she talked. She was on the phone. She talked to her brother, and he ended up coming down. He was telling me that there was somebody else up his way, not too far. He probably lives about a 10-minute drive away from me, and about a 5-minute drive away from him, there's a place that sells propane and all sorts of stuff and whatnot. And he said that they might have that up there, my electrodes and whatever. And I said, oh yeah, sure. I go, that'll be great. I go, they'll save me a trip. He goes, he'll be happy to go there and pick me up, pick it up and pay for it and bring it to me, and I can just pay him back. And I said, tell you what, I go, if they got it, let me give them a call. I called them and they had the electrodes. And I said, while I'm at it, when I got that nozzle out of there, changing the electrodes, the nozzle's right there. I might as well grab myself another nozzle for it. And a nozzle, and they have another thing called an eye, an electronic eye, and if there's no flame, that tells the furnace to kick off so it doesn't keep running and spraying fuel into the fire chamber. So, and if any of you know work or know about furnaces, you kind of got an idea. I'm tired and I'm kind of rambling, but I got an electronic eye, I got a nozzle, I got the electrode. Yeah. Woo! The electrodes. Bleh. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm not even gonna try to say it. I can say it, but I got them. They had them. I paid for it on my bank master debit credit card, and so he wouldn't have to pay for it. Me paying back. And I've been wanting to get another. Of course, I got hot water on demand, and I got these 30-pound tanks and a 50-pound tank, and I've been wanting to get a 100-pound tank for a while. I had two of them, but they had no collar on the top, and now the places that fill the 100-pound tanks will not fill them unless they got that safety collar on the top. So I got rid of them. They were much older tanks, but it's so much nicer to have a 100-pound tank. And the place that I usually get my propane tanks filled for my hot water on demand and for my heat reserve, which came in handy because I turned that on in the living room, the propane furnace, wall mount furnace that I installed a blower motor in. That works awesome. Uh, in case, worst case scenario, with the weather that we're getting, I wanted to make sure I had an ample amount of propane. So in the place that I get stuff here close to where I live, they don't sell them any longer. And a lot of the reason is because of the price of the tanks, I guess. And I couldn't believe it because back, I don't know, 10 years ago, I probably could have got bought an empty, brand new 100-pound tank for maybe under $80, about 80, roughly, $100. They wanted 199. Oh, whatever. I wanted it, needed it, and I paid to have it filled as well. And my brother-in-law went up there and got the 100-pound tank that was full. He got he got all my furnace parts for me, and he brought them over, and we both tinkered around with it when he got there. And this other thing, like I said, the igniter, which I'd replaced on the top of it a couple of years ago, I had gotten some some of those electrodes, and I forgot all about me having them in the box. So I'll show you what they actually look like. This is the bag that they came in, extra parts I didn't need because they were already on it. But here they are. They're electrodes, they're insulated electrodes, and they got points on them. I'm not going to open this. I'm going to keep it because I may be able to use it, but the points were melted back quite a little ways. They come to a sharp point. And the two, when they're touching the front of the nozzle, they got to be close to each other. I really don't want to open this bag. because I want to keep all the parts in there. But they go together, and they come together. Let me try to demonstrate with my fingers here. They kind of come together in front of the nozzle, and they're a certain distance away from each other in front of the nozzle, and they're pointing down a little bit. Kind of like that. Kind of like that in the way in front of the nozzle where the mist comes out. I didn't even realize they had it. But not only did I have that in there from quite a few years ago, I also had one of the electronic eyes. That's the electronic eye that goes on there that senses that the fire is working inside there. And if it's not working, it shuts the furnace off. I don't know if I can zoom in on that so you can kind of see it. But it senses the heat, not the heat, but it senses the light in there, and it'll shut the furnace off so it doesn't keep dumping fuel into the fire chamber. Hey, Ann Marsh, how you doing? Good to see you. But we struggled. Oh man, took it apart, put it together, and then I took another line off, that a smaller line, not the fuel delivery line, but another line that comes off from the fuel pump that brings it to the gun that's in there and sprays it out of the nozzle into the fire chamber. Hey, Collector, good to see you. Bird's the word. Thank you, Ann Marsh. You have 51 in silver, 51 ounces of silver. Woo! That's awesome. Cool beans. Good for you. That's awesome. I lost count after 300, 400 ounces. I don't know. There. Oops, you can't see that. Oh, it's one of the pieces I keep out here that I usually show. Just to think. Ooh. There, we'll see. It's a kilo, a little over 32 ounces, just right there. Yeah, that's it's $103.50 some odd cents just before I got on the live stream. There's a 10 ouncer. It's about 42, over 42. There's another 10 ouncer. There's 52. There's another one. There's 62. And there's 72. No, that's 12 on there. And there's another 12. 72, 74, 86. I can go. I can't do this. 86, something like that. There's over 100 ounces right there. There's over 100 ounces right there in that little stack. Woo! Yeah. I wonder if LBS is still here. I think one of those are. Oh, yeah, right there on top. Oh, that's a 2 ouncer. Yeah. Look. Werewolves in London. Oops. Thing one. Thing two. Grumpy, good to see you, Grumpy. Always good to see you, Grumpy. I stopped by your channel there not that long ago. It was awesome. I got to try to get back to your channel more often. I got so much going on. But to get back to my dilemma today is the furnace, the car, the battery charger. I couldn't do anything good, but I finally got my parts, and it took all day to get things going. And then I got everything going good, and I got the spark. We looked into the fire chamber, and I couldn't see anything. So we had to readjust our electrodes which they were good. I thought maybe somehow they got knocked out of position. And I didn't look like, because usually you can lift up that cover and look inside when you hit the reset, and you can see a light, faint blue light from the arc. I couldn't see nothing. I didn't see it. I was looking for it, but I didn't see it. Hey, Richard, good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping in. Uh, so we took it out, and I couldn't understand why. We were getting fuel was going in there, and nothing. So I took it back out. We end up keeping the transformer open. And one thing I didn't say before, and I don't recommend this, I made sure I had my rubber sneakers on, and I had a rubber glove on, and I used a special screwdriver for electricians, and I touched the contacts on the transformer with the furnace on, with it running from one pole to the other pole, but I started from the one pole, then going towards it. Um, that doesn't show a picture, does it, on that transformer? No, it does. It doesn't show a picture. I could show you one of the older transformers, the one I replaced. All right, sorry, I didn't say I was heading out to get that other transformer. This is a different transformer. Uh, this is a brand new one as well. I had bought back when I bought the other one because I got a good deal on it. It's not the kind I need, but basically, you take a screwdriver. And I wouldn't recommend this because you can get 10,000 volts through these. Uh, but needless to say, if you take a screwdriver, if you know what you're doing, and only do it if you're certified, you know what you're doing. But you take a metal screwdriver, and if you got rubber gloves on, a proper electronic uh, screwdriver for electricians, you can take it and touch this top piece and slowly bring it over to the other pole. And you somewhere right about here, around whoops, right about here, you should start to get an electric arc. If you don't, and you got to come almost like a quarter inch to an eighth of an inch before you do to get an electric arc, then the transformer is no good. It's shot. You need a new one. You need a new one. You should be able to get an arc from touching it with an electrical screwdriver for electricians. At least about 3/4 of an inch to an inch away, you should start to get an arc, and that way you know it's good. So I knew it was good because I tested it. But anyways, we kept having problems. uh, we were getting fuel, and it seemed like it was enough to come in, and when I was bleeding it and everything. But then when it went through the fuel pump, I end up taking the small line that feeds it to the electrodes out the nozzle and the inside of the fire chamber, and it was spittering and sputtering. It should have been flying out of there like a fast hot stream, and it wasn't. So then I had to turn around and say, oh man, how long has it been since I replaced the filters? Yeah, the easiest thing. How long has it been since I replaced those filters on my fuel drums? I had to think. I I I, I said wasn't last year, wasn't 2 years ago, wasn't 5 years ago. It was way before 2020, not 2000, but 2020. Even 2019, it was before I went to in field service down in New York City in my last job. So that there told me that it was at least 7 years ago. 7 years. And a lot of people don't know it, but you get algae buildup inside of diesel fuel. Diesel fuel, algae does grow in diesel fuel. And a lot of times it goes to the bottom of your tanks. And a lot of times, if you got a fuel tank, and if this is the fuel tank standing up, and this is where the fuel comes out of the bottom, unless you got a top feed. If it comes out of the bottom like mine does, you want to particularly have your tanks, the one on this side, lower than that side. So any of that algae and sludge and other stuff and junk settles down here and doesn't come out here and plug up your filters. But mine somehow had settled down and it was level on both of them. And my my filters were completely plugged. So what I ended up doing, I thought maybe I gelled up, but we were getting fuel, so that eliminated that. I ended up going down to the Ace Hardware store in my local area, got new filters, came home. I was in such a hurry. This is about 3 o'clock. Came home so I could hurry up and change those filters and try that out. And that should have been the first thing that I did. No. As soon as I took those electrodes out and seen how dirty the nozzle was and the electrodes and that they were well worn, I figured that's what it was. But I didn't have any. I had one filter here somewhere, couldn't find it. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I went down there. I got new filters. I came back, and I didn't even think when I seen them. I just seen them, and I knew they were. I grabbed 3 of them just to change both tanks, and then to have one for a spare, another one. And didn't I get the wrong size? They were too big. So when I figured that out, all that said and done, of course my car's running the whole time. I'm not shutting that thing off. I had the headlight shut off and let it run all day long. 9:11 right now. Yeah, I probably won't be on. I got to keep track of the time. I probably won't stay on any longer than 9:30 at the latest. Probably another 10 minutes maybe. I'll tell my story. I hope I'm not boring any of you. But I had to run back down there, hurry up and get some filters. I got the filters, got back here. By the time then it was after 4 o'clock, and 4 o'clock in the evening, I think it was like about quarter after 4, 20 after 4. I got the fuel filters in. I went inside. I re-bled it again, and when I bled it this time, wow, it came out so much faster. But it took me a little time to change the filters. Not too much time, but it took me a little time to change filters in both of them and purge them and clean them and get everything all out and get them all back together. Uh, Came back inside, worked good, and before I did that, like I said, I rebled the system again, and I couldn't believe how much quicker it came out. I took the little hose that comes from the fuel pump, where the fuel gets delivered to a fuel pump from outside. It goes into a fuel pump, and then from there, there's another smaller copper line that goes from there that feeds into the electrodes, into another tube that goes to the electrodes, to the nozzle, to the electrodes is what I should say, where the mist that comes out gets ignited by the electrodes. And I took that off just to confirm that there was nothing in there, nothing plugged, and I didn't want to have any bad sediment that was in there. And oh man, did I make a mess. Wow. I had a bottle there, but the bottle fell off, and I had already hit the reset button, and it was pissing. Number 2, dyed red fuel oil all over the place. I got doused. The floor got doused. And I'm like, man, what is going to happen next? But anyways, I cleaned up, got some paper towels, went to 2 rolls of paper towels, got it cleaned up, washed my hands, got it back together, got everything all battened down. Told Mrs. T-Bird, I'm hitting the button here. I go, as soon as I do, let me know. I go, why don't you turn the thermostat all the way up so it engages it, and so I get power. I go, I want to see if we're gonna get some kind of fire. Boom, bam, boom, bang, bing. Woo! I had fire. Woo! That was yeah. Hey, Vegas Stacker, Berg's the word. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, it took me all day to get that furnace running. And the whole time, like I said, I've always been prepared for any type of case of an emergency. And my other secondary heat source, which is the propane um, gas stove inside my living room, which I installed a blower motor on it, and that works awesome. That thing heated our house up to like 85 degrees without a problem. But I got a half basement, and that's where all my water pipes are and everything, and my septic system pipes that go out of my, you know, from my house, from my sink and everything, the bathrooms, the tubs, the showers, and they go down below underneath and they go through there. And how cold it is, I didn't want to take the chance. I had to get it running and get it going because of how cold it was getting tonight. So I didn't have lines freezing and bursting. Snacking? Who's snacking? Wait a minute now. Yeah, I went and got some snacks. Yeah, I was thinking some peanut butter snacks, some peanut butter cookies with chips. I hope you use peanut butter chips. I like my peanut butter cookies with peanut butter chips. Oh, you know, when I was down to the store after that, when I got the furnace going, and of course you've seen a little video and you might have seen the temperature up to 87 degrees. Yeah, I turned it up and I cranked it up purposely. Even though it's nice and toasty in here, very toasty, I'm trying to get additional heat down underneath my half basement where all my water lines are to warm that all up because that's been almost 12 hours without any heat at all. And with as cold as temperatures is, I want to be able to get everything nice and warm underneath there. But speaking of snacks, I cheated. When I went to the store and I picked myself up a steak, I saw these bad boys. Cinnamon, I never made cinnamon cream cheese cookies. Oh man, them oh, they're store bought, but I don't care. Them are to die for. I ate one and a half. There was three in there. I could polish them off at any given time. Snakebite commented on one of those videos. I told him I'm ready for dessert. Woo! OC was the RRs. Oh yeah, yummy is right. I don't know. Market 32, the store where I go to. I don't know if any other store makes those, but that's what they're called. Cinnamon cream cheese crookie. Crookie. Man, they are good. They are good. Oh man. Them I like those almost as much as I love my peanut butter cookies. Yeah. Honey, creamy peanut butter, honey peanut butter with Kerrygold butter. A large tablespoon right out of the jar. It's got to be your own personal jar though. And a little bit of Kerrygold's butter. Put that together on top of it, and then you just stick that in your mouth, and that's one of my favorite things. Oh man, yeah. Bob will go crazy, Heather. Bob will. I guarantee he's never had that before. And you know, if you got a bad ticker, it's probably not a good idea. But Kerrygold butter is better than for you than some of that other butter that's out there. Um, I try to watch what I eat. No, I don't. I was waiting for somebody to say liar. I don't watch anything. I don't. Fortunately, knock on wood. Good thing I got a cherry wood table right there. Fortunately, I only got problems when I eat rare steak, salt, and vitamin D from a lot of milk. Makes kidney stones in my particular body chemistry, and I kind of try to stay. I shy away from the salt for that reason, and I shy away from drinking milk like I used to. I get enough vitamin D from the sun. But needless to say, after I got the furnace going, everything's been a okay. But I am so tired, so beat. Just a long day, and there's no heat out there in my garage, and I was freezing my buns off all day long out there. Finally, of course, even if I turn on, I got a, what do they call that? It's a Mr. Heater, runs off from propane. They call it a salamander. A lot of you out there probably know what one is. A salamander, a Mr. Heater. You got a propane, and it throws out hot air, but it takes a lot of the oxygen out of the air, and you do get some carbon monoxide from it. So it ain't a good thing to have in an enclosed area and running. Uh, Towards the tail end of it, there I turned it on, and I had the door shut, just to try to warm the place up a little bit out there. Uh, then I had to rechange the propane heater out, or the propane tanks outside, because the 30 pounder that I was using, which is like for an RV, that was getting pretty low. And that's, I got the 100 pounder, like I said, the 100 pound propane tank. So I hitched that up, got the furnace going, went to the store. Mrs. T-Bird sent me down there, and I went to the Coinstar. Found a nickel in the top. You guys seen it if you watched that short. Found a nickel. Went and got the ham, got the pizza, got the hamburger, got whatever Mrs. T-Bird wanted me to get for snacks, and got the snacks that I wanted to get. I got those scrookies, those cream cheese scookies. Picked up myself some beef jerky, just some snacking foods. Came home, ate, did a little short, with Molly Bear and Jax. Said I was going to go live, and I came live. Once I get done doing this live, I'm probably going to go relax on the couch, watch some TV with Mrs. T-Bird, and probably fall asleep. If I make it that far, I don't know. I'm pretty tired now. You made me realize, take out some cream cheese. Oh, yeah. I love cream cheese. Man, is that good. I'm making some cinnamon rolls. Mm-mm-mm. I think I got one cinnamon roll left I never ate. I did a little video on it, but they weren't, I didn't make them from scratch. I cheated. If you saw that video, I cheated. I got Mrs. Pillsbury. All I had to do is unzip it a little bit at the top, give it a crack in the counter, and boom, bang, bing. Throw them out of pan. A little bit of parchment paper underneath there, throw them in a pan, put them in the oven. And then I just took the orange cream and drizzled it on top. I cheat from time to time when it comes to quick things. I did that tonight. Didn't feel like cooking. So Mrs. T-Bird called in an order down there at our Market 32. We got that triple. What the heck is it? What's that called again, Miss T-Bird? I think she fell asleep. triple catch dinner. And they called it a triple catch dinner. But it's funny because I had shrimp in there. I had, what was it? Shrimp. I think it was haddock. I think. I'm not sure. And then what else did I have in there? I had onion rings. Why did I have onion rings? But it had three different types of seafood in there, plus onion rings. So that's four things. Catch, yeah. Triple catch. But it was good. It was really good. It was tasty. I couldn't eat it all, but I found room to eat some of those cookies. Yeah, I did. I wonder where OC Stacker is. I know we have an OC out here, but it's not OC Stacker. He's a new subscriber to Michael Stacken, and I subscribed to him through Michael Stacken, and he subscribed back to me. But yeah, I can feel with about an hour. Excuse me. OMG. I apologize. I have not been this tired in a long time. I have not been this tired. I just wore myself out today. I'm going to try to stay on long enough just to go check out a few more subscribers' channels. Maybe catch Michael Stacken in his live stream enough to say hi and bye and smash the like button if I make it that long. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a very stressful day, that's for sure. But needless to say, I didn't go to bed last night till like maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I was up at 6:38, and then nothing but troubles from that point on. Did you say something? Yes, I did. I thought you were sleeping. I was asking you what that was called, that the fish dinner that we got. It's a triple catch. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Heather out there turned around, watched the video, and said what it was. Oh man, it was only $16. You should have seen that. That was, if you got a regular sized dinner plate, it would have filled a regular sized dinner plate up 3-4 inches high. for like $16.99. And wow, wow, was it good? I got enough to eat again tomorrow night. I'm sure later on, if I'm awake, I'll snack on it. I'm sure. Oh yeah, yeah. That's I mean that to me, like I said, that's not a bad price, especially for seafood. I mean for heck's sake, that steak that I got, man, wow, whoo, $30 steak, one steak. Well, it's about a 2 inch thick steak though. It's a nice rib steak. Oh man, that's gonna taste so good tomorrow morning for breakfast. Oh yeah. Ooh, you got any steak lovers out here? Who do you got for steak lovers? Come on, let's hear it. Yeah, okay, I'm back. I skipped out again on you. Rocket like steak. Woo, yeah. Pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, that's $20. 19.99 a pound. Are they crazy? Yeah, semi boneless rib steak. Yeah, I try not to eat as much as that fat, but I cook it with it. It gives it a real good flavor. But because of you know that type of fat clogs arteries, I don't eat that. I cut around it. I cook it with it. But oh, that's gonna be so good in the morning. Oh man, you can't even see that. Yeah, maybe about an inch and a half thick.
Hey, what'd you do with that cinnamon scones?
I got them in here. You can't have them. You're diabetic. Oh, you got to see her with her mouth open. If I could only show you, her mouth dropped. She asked me where
I was looking for them. They're good.
those cinnamon cream cheese cookies. Yeah, come take the steak, put it back in there. You gonna cook that for me tomorrow?
Yeah, I want
Some
those.
egg? No, you can't.
I just want a little bit.
What? What do you mean you want a little bit?
That's what I was looking for.
That's what you always say. You want a little bit. Liar, liar! How can you lie with such a straight face? Say hello to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Oh man, yeah, like I said, there was only three of them in there, and he one and a half. Tell you what, how about if I give you half of this half?
Just one piece of it.
A little piece? A little piece? There you go. What's the matter?
There was something there.
That it was. All right. I'll give you that. Is that good?
Oh, they don't know how good these are.
Oh, they don't know how good they are. Oh my. Man, are they good? No, I am such a tease. I don't mean to be. I apologize. Collector says hello. Rocket says hello. She took off. She took off that little piece of cookie. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Man, oh man. These are so delicious. They're so and they're a little crunchy on the outside, but they're so it's almost like a soft dough that's cooked. It's not like breading. It's because of the cream cheese that's in there, but it's so moist and it's so delicious. It's phenomenal. Yeah, I can say phenomenal, but there's other words I can't say. Rocker knows. Phenomena. Was it phenomena? Hey, Rule Stacker, how you doing? I think that's what it was. Phenomena or phenomenal. Phenomenal. Is that what it was, Rocka? She got right on. Phenomena. Phenomena. Oh man. Yeah, you'd swear I'm not tired, but I am. I don't know if you try. I try to be healthy too. Yeah, I eat large. I eat good. I don't eat the healthiest, but I'm good. But I do practice good, healthy things. And this is maybe collector. I'm not going to say anything, but blueberries are really, really, really good for you. Really good for you. Um, and I try to do it periodically, and I keep forgetting about it. But I love to get me some blueberries. And I got this little like a blender. Amy Harold, woo! Yeah, level 2 T-Bird for 3 months. Awesome. How you doing, Amy? Good to see you. Good to see you, sister. Thank you so much. Yeah, blueberries, they're awesome. They're an awesome health food. Do a Google search on what happens when you mix blueberries and rosemary. You know the seasoning rosemary? It helps you with clear thoughts, and it helps you with your mind processes and your thinking process, and having a better feeling of the clear mind. And it also helps with your joints. If you're older and you have aching joints, like in your knees and your hips and your ankles, let me go get some. You guys know your, come on, you know your spices. Don't tell me you don't know your spices. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to grab the rosemary. Get a little blender. Get yourself a cup. Type of a blender. Get yourself a blender, a regular blender, one of those little blenders like I got. You can stick it in some blueberries in there. Get yourself a nice sized coffee cup. Put a generous handful of blueberries in there. Sprinkle in probably like about a quarter to a half a teaspoon of rosemary. Rosemary in there. Blend it up thoroughly. If you let it set there, you want to let it set there because the rosemary has to work with the blueberries and the stuff that's in the blueberries for 3, 4, or 5 minutes. But it starts to turn into like a gelatin too much longer after that, like a soft gelatin. But drink that. If you drink that, I don't know if it's once a day or maybe once a week. I don't know. I'll have to research it. But I only do it maybe once a week, maybe. But I love blueberries. Just eat them right raw out of there. But if you do that, it helps bring out a certain type of chemical or something that's in the blueberries. The rosemary does, that helps you with the clearer thoughts, clearer mind, and it also helps you out with your joints and your aches and pains with your joints. Uh, Research it a little bit. Do a little Google search on it, and then you'll fully know. You plucked raspberries for 6 years. Yeah, we got wild raspberries here behind my property. No blueberries. We have to travel a little ways for wild ones. Hmm. There you go. I'm still chowing down on this cream cookie. Hmm. Now I got blueberries. Yeah, different herbs do different healing things. Thyme is another good one too. Um, there's a lot of them I know, but I can't think of them right off the top of my head. But I do practice some healthy things. But I can eat just about everything and anything, and I don't. Sugar, I eat way too much sugar. I eat more sugar than what I need to, that I should. No, she's not. She's out watching some TV. We usually try to spend some time relaxing watching TV together on the weekends, specifically. Did I say that right? Specifically on Sundays. Sunday is mine and her day. Very rarely will you see me on a Sunday. And for those that are out here, I apologize, like to Rockamas and uh, Collector, to some of the things that you guys had commented on my things that I hadn't responded to probably like 9 to 15 hours. And I think I always like to respond to each and every one of you. And I think one of them was Rocka's, where it was 15 hours ago. She'd commented on something, but it's like from the time I went to bed to the time that I got up, and then what took place today with my dilemma. It has to happen on when it's super cold out, and it took me from 6:38 till 5 o'clock tonight to get my furnace running and everything working well. Oh man! Then the car wouldn't start, and the battery charger wouldn't work, and oh, it was one thing after another, after another, after another. I know, I know, but it just I had so many comments to comment back to, so many things to do. Now looking at a table. Oh, I pointed you down at that. Silver. Yeah, I couldn't believe Silver. Oh, so awesome. I know. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rule Stacker. It's not a problem. It's just one of those things, you know. When you least expect it, expect it. And then isn't it funny? Like I said, I had a fuel oil filter, and I've seen it at least a half a dozen times in the last 2 weeks. I've seen it at least a half a dozen times. Came across it wherever it is, I don't know right now. But it's like then I said, oh, okay, I got all this fixed. I got this fixed. I need to change the filter on the fuel tank. Change the fuel filter, at least on one, so I know I got some fuel, good fuel that's coming through. And then I'm saying, well, where the heck is it? And I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it for like 20 minutes. I'm like, where the heck did I see it? When you want it, you can't find it. When you don't want it or don't need it, it's right there in front of you. Like I said, sometime within the next day or so, I'm going to come across it and say, there it is, right out of the blue. Good to see you as well. Emerald, thank you so much for stopping in. But yeah, busy day. That's your life summed up. I know. It seems like, is it old age? I don't know. But it's like, I'm pretty clear minded. I might be a little. Never mind, I won't say it. I might be a little crazy, but I mean, I'm not crazy, but I like to have fun and enjoy myself and have a good time. I try not to take life so serious. I like to laugh and joke around, and I like to be silly. Yeah, big deal. I like to be a little silly. I think you've all seen that, but I just don't like being I don't even know how I can. So serious. I don't want to be that serious guy that's just serious and all talk and you know just plain Jane. I don't want to be that plain Jane. So I like to laugh and joke and kid around, and I like to do the things that I like to do and post the things I like to post. It makes me happy, and there's a lot of you out there that seems to make you happy of what I do, and I hope I am. If there's at any point in time, any of you that do watch my channel, if there's ever anything that ever offends you or something I do, please let me know. Please let me know because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. But thank you so much, each and every one of you. Thank you for stopping by. I only planned on coming on for about 20 minutes to a half an hour, and here it is. It's been 59 minutes. 59 minutes and 21 seconds. Woo! You're back. Thank you so much for coming back. I'm about ready to end here in probably just another minute. Rockamas, Collector, Vegas Stacker was in here. Amy Harold was in here. Oh man, I'm so glad to see Amy Harold. I've got so much thing. I am so behind on getting my stuff out. I've got oh man, I can't keep secrets, but I've got some stuff I want to send to Amy Harold. I'm pretty sure I still have her address. Amy Harold, if you're out here, please let me know that you got your Christmas card. I tried to send out Christmas cards to everyone that I could think of addresses that I had. Some of them came back to me. Yes, peace and be happy. Yes, I do have something else that I did want to send you, Amy. I haven't got around to it yet. I wanted to send something to Collector, which I have not sent out yet. Uh, I sent something out to Rock Moss already. She should be getting it in the next couple of days. Awesome, awesome, Amy. But other than that, I do want to send you out something else, a couple of things. Um, there's so many things that I have and I want to mail out. I got Snake Bites number 19 thing to still get together that should have went out this week. And Katia Oso's wins her hat, her T-Bird hat and T-Bird shirt. I gotta send that out. I still gotta iron the patch on each arm. I'm gonna try to get that out Monday. I gotta do that tomorrow. I gotta send out Snake Bites package. I gotta send out what I want to send out to Amy. I want to send out I gotta send out what I want to send out to Collector. Uh, there's a lot of others people that I have things that I have to send out that I got to get on top of because the more time goes on, the more and more things pile up, and I have very little time. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm glad you. I'm glad you'll enjoy. What? What? No. Shh. Shh. You know I can't keep secrets, but I'm trying on this one. It ain't nothing too important. It's just a little card, a little something. Just a little something, and and maybe a brand new T-Bird magnet, the newest out there. Rakamas has one. See, I can't keep a secret. She's got one in her card. Oh, I didn't put a card in there. No letter, no card. Just a magnet and two other things. I told you I can't keep secrets. Scrap Metal Racing, I'm going to send him out a new magnet as well. He's kind of opened my eyes. I love that guy, Scrap Metal Racing. He opened my eyes to do myself up another poker chip, do a snowbird, another snowbird, T-Bird snowbird like I did, and make a poker chip out of it. I'll have to do a real nice one and spray paint it real nice so it comes out nice, and I'll take a snapshot of it. And then not only will I have a T-Bird poker chip with me and Mrs. T-Bird on it, but I'll also have a T-Bird Snow Angel poker chip. I don't know, maybe if I'll put that on one side, or maybe something new, and the T-Bird Snow Angel on the other side. Oh! During this live, I forgot the other thing that I wanted to say with this live stream. Of course, you've seen the tapestry, you've seen the LCD TVs. I haven't got those up. I was supposed to put them up today, but I didn't. I got all these awesome tapestries that have glow in the dark or black light material that's on them. I got black lights coming in. I got different T-Bird tapestries that are coming that are like that glow in the dark. I got glow lights that are coming in, glow bars, I guess you would call them. You know what I ordered and I got? Something I was supposed to get last year. I ordered something special for me. Yes, I did. I don't think anybody out there can guess what it is. Maybe Vegas Stacker, if he was still out here, he would be able to hit the nail on the head of what I ordered that I was supposed to order about a year ago that I ordered and is coming in by the end of the month. Anybody want to guess? I'll give it a moment. Well, yeah, wall art, but I've got something that's coming in. Tablecloth? No. Laser. What's that? What's that movie with that Austin Powers? You know that woman out there that says the laser. Does that give anybody a hint? Laser. Nobody can guess. I know if Vegas Stacker was here, he would know exactly what it is. No, not a laser gun. Nope. Nope. A laser printer. Not a 3D, not a 3D printer. A laser printer. Where I can turn around, even on my pores, any image, any letter, and any word, any name, any style. I can laser a name, a word, an image on any of my pores, whether it be copper or silver or gold. And I have blank planchets that are ordered that are coming in. Blank coin planchets that are reeded that are coming in. That I very well may be the first ones where I'm going to take my laser and use my graphics of that and that. That'll be the head side and that'll be the reverse side where I can use this image from my computers and I will be able to laser onto a copper brass coin that I have ordered that are coming in my logo. And I can put my logo on any one of my pores or laser it. I can laser anything on anything. That's what I have coming. It might take me a little bit to get used to it. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I've been wanting it and I've been wanting to get it for over a year. I just didn't do a lot of research and didn't have find the time, kept forgetting about it. But that's coming in and that's going to be awesome. Yeah, it is. I'm sharing that with you guys now. But anyways, guys, it's been an hour and 6 minutes. I'm going to let you guys go. Everybody stay warm, stay safe, take care of yourselves and each other. I appreciate y'all. Alrighty, what's the word? Woo! Bird's the word. Need a countdown. Have a good night, Grumpy. Have a good night, Collector. Have a good night, OC. Thank you, Rakamas. Thank you, each and every one of you that have stopped in. I appreciate y'all. And thank you so much, Amy Harold. I'll probably catch you on Michael Stackins. I probably won't stay on late. I'm gonna do the Linda Bop thing and I'm gonna crash and burn. I can feel it now already. Alrighty. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bird's the word. Alrighty, guys. Love y'all. T-Bird out. Woo! Stay warm.